due to Oscar Piastri's misfortunes last week, he has been handled back of the grid and 2 penalty points, but he does still hold the championship lead. Slides out, and away we go here. Qatar, Lando Norris gets away with, so does Lewis Hamilton. Liam Lawson up there at P3, as the 2 Mercedes and the 2 Red Bulls had a dismal qualifying session, but Oscar Piastri has now already worked his way up into the top 10. Already, I want to say that's at least 7, 8, 9 spots he gained on the opening lap. That is now P10 he is in. What a start by Oscar Piastri. He's now going to work on Liam Lawson and Charles Leclerc on this occasion. Oh, what a move. 3 abreast into the corner, and Oscar Piastri is now up into 3rd place. What a start by the championship leader. Oh, now Lando Norris now leads from Hamilton to Piastri. Charles Leclerc runs 4th, Lawson 5th, Bortoleto for Sauber P6, Hajar is 7th for the Racing Bulls, and then Carlos Sainz, Hulkenberg, and Lance Stroll complete your top 10 as Aston Martin try to get back in the points. They haven't scored any points since the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Sauber. And how about this? Sauber and Racing Bulls are now in big points. Oh no, and Hamilton's been tagged and turned around by, you guessed it, Oscar Piastri. But was that Hamilton trying to defend, or was, just a little racing incident? We'll find out from the stewards. Now Lawson moves into P3, Piastri moves into P2, and Lawson P3. As I was saying, that how about Sauber and Racing Bulls? If they continue to score big points, then they can somehow catch up to Williams. But at the moment, they're close to Aston Martin, as Lando Norris continues to hold the lead with just 2 more laps to go, and Haas and Racing Bulls are tied, or Haas and Kick Sauber are tied on 43 points for P number 8 in the championship, in the Constructors' Championship. And at the moment, Ferrari would retake P2, gaining 2 spots ahead of Mercedes and Red Bull. This would drop Red Bull to P4, this would drop Mercedes to P2, and Ferrari would have gained 2 positions in the Constructors' Championship and P2 in the Constructors' Championship. So that's what Ferrari are trying to accomplish, trying to get the runners-up spot behind McLaren. We already know McLaren already locked up the Constructors' Championship back at Singapore, and now it's just about the driver's title between the 2 championship protagonists and the 2 teammates on McLaren of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Piastri came to this race 2 points ahead. It would now switch back over to Lando Norris by at least 6 points in the World Championship. If Lando Norris can just hang on for at least 2 more laps, he is going to regain the lead in the championship. As Tsunoda runs 9th, Yuki Tsunoda runs 19th, Max Verstappen runs P15, as Red Bull are not having a great, Qatar Grand Prix with Mercedes P18 and P12. But look at this now, Piastri, the 2 championship contenders side by side. Oh, Piastri just can't quite get there yet. They've made contact so far, but they haven't had a DNF together. Oh, that's Piastri that's gone to the gravel, and right in front of Liam Lawson at the final lap of the Qatar Grand Prix. Can Oscar Piastri just hang on to the final few more corners to take P2? But I know he wants this win to extend his championship lead if he can get around Lando Norris. If he does, he would extend his championship lead. But as things stand at the moment, Lando Norris would retake the championship lead from Oscar Piastri. This championship lead has been swapping back and forth between Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris so far this season. I know it took Norris to, get up there with his teammate in the World Championship, but he has made it happen so far. We know Antonelli is still in contention, but look, drivers are still in contention for P3 now are, Hamilton, or still Antonelli, Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc. Yuki Tsunoda is not going to be a part of P3, as well as George Russell will be in contention as well. But Verstappen would still hold on to P3 in the Drivers' Championship, and that's crucial for Max Verstappen, because we know he's out of the Drivers' Championship fight. He's not going to go for a fifth consecutive title. So the reigning 4-time world champion, and this, not great for, Red Bull this season, is not going to happen. But around the final corner, one last guess for Oscar Piastri. Here he comes. Who's it going to be? Across the line, it's going to be, it's side by side. Lando Norris wins the Qatar Grand Prix by 5,000 of a second and regains the championship lead. Lando Norris now takes a 5-point lead going into China. Oscar Piastri drops to second, but the battle for P3 is still between Max Verstappen, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and Kimi Antonelli, as Ferrari gained 2 spots out of Mercedes and Red Bull, and Sauber are now tied with Haas for P8. We'll see you in China.